Like, I don't know why people come to LA. Like, these guys that just started doing comedy.
They're crazy.
What the fuck are you coming to LA for?
Drives me crazy.
Like, it's like, and then they get upset about, they're spoiled because let's say you're a comic and you live in Tempe, okay? You're a comic, you live in Phoenix, Arizona, Tempe, and then like here comes Joey Diaz is coming into town, and you get to open, you get to be MC. So you think that's regular. You think it's regular to be in front of 600 people every night. You think, oh, this is what comedy is. Like, motherfucker, no, it's not. It's in LA. It's the open mic in front of 11 people. It's the belly room at 1 o'clock in the morning. If you even have the opportunity to get in the OR, you're going up super late when you first start. You first get into these things.
1:15.
Yeah, 1:15, and they don't even know how to deal with that. They're just like, there's only 11 people here. How can I perform in front of 11 people?
That's what that taught me. How to perform for 10 people, 8 people,
Exactly.
7 people.
Exactly.
I never forget a story that I went to Houston and I did a show. In fact, Joel was saying, he goes, do you remember Easter Sunday? We did a show on Easter Sunday once at the Miami Improv that had 60 people in there. And it started at 8 and ended at 11 with a naked woman getting up on stage and let me eat fruit off a pussy and shit. It was crazy. But I learned all those small people sets from the Comedy Store. And then something happened one night. I got a call at about 10:30 at night. And it's the club owner in Houston. And he goes, I got to tell you something. He goes, now I understand you guys from the store. He goes, Johnny Sanchez was here tonight. And there was a Houston Rocket playoff game, so we only had 14 people. I was going to cancel the show. He said he wouldn't cancel it. Joey, you know it was one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life? He goes, that's what you guys get from the store.
Yeah, man.
Mitzi would put you through 3 years of fucking midnight. In those days, for me, it was following Paul Mooney.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, oh no,
this is what I'm saying.
I earned my stripes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you have a whole, there's an idea of like,
this is,
and even what I went through pales in comparison to what you went through. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
like it's not even the same kind of thing. So now it's just a simple like, and the thing is like sometimes it causes a thing. Like I remember, it's like there's a thing at the store. It's like you call if you're gonna be late, and then the next person goes up, and you go up after. Like these new people come, they don't understand any of those type of things. And so it's just different, But like I say, I remember coming up and just...
I like that people... I've had a lot of bad situations with young comics in LA because of the movement, what they expect to happen.
Oh.
It doesn't drive me crazy because I know the ropes. I know what needs to be done. I did them. I know how much time needs to be spent. So you come to me with any story, and I know when you're ready and when you're not. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I know the time frame, and I know the work ethic that needs to go. And then something else has to happen. You have to become it. And that's a complete level. That's what happened to you after those 8 years when you came back. Yeah. You become it. That's a different fucking feeling.
You know what I always I tell young comics? I always say, you have to know you could do this. You don't have to answer that to me. This is a rhetorical question.
No.
You have to with you and whoever you believe in. You have to believe this is what you're meant to do, and you don't really feel that until you've gone through some stuff. Like when you stop feeling like you're entitled to things, people in this business think that it's like a deli where you take a number and you're waiting for Hollywood to go, number 75. And you're like, yes, my chance. It's my time to go make it. No, it doesn't work like that. Sometimes people skip the line. Sometimes people take a long time. Sometimes people get a chance and then they fall right off. Sometimes people work for a long time before they get a chance. There's no right or wrong way. You just got to be ready. And you have to know this is what you're meant to do.
But see, the young comics in Los Angeles, what happens is that they mingle with guys like you and I or other comics, and they feel, well, how come I'm not moving as fast as he's not moving? Where if you developed in Michigan, you're not worried about a fucking headshot.
Yeah.
You're not worried about being seen at a coffee shop. There's so many variables that aren't involved when you do comedy in Boston, per se, or in Miami, or in New Orleans, or you're in Houston, Texas, per se. There's things you don't even worry about, that you don't need to worry about at that level. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
At that level, when you start worrying about the 3-year, well, I should have a commercial agent. No, you shouldn't. You never even done a fucking triple run. You'll shit your pants in a fucking commercial audition. You will shit your fucking pants. I know when you're ready for a commercial. You'll know it. When you go up there and you're going to an audition and you fucking read and your hand's shaking.
I know.
You know how many times that happened to me? At the Sopranos callback, the 3rd time. First season.
Oh, wow.
You should have heard it. You thought it was a fucking hurricane on CNN. You know, when you go into an audition, you have to have the sides of you to base you. Even if I was off book, I'd always have something to base me in those days. That's how I was taught. I can't tell you how many. What's the movie with Will Smith and the other guy? Rona Crest. She was huge when I started. When you got read by Rona Crest, oh shit. That's like Clint Eastwood and shit. I remember one time, it was like a fan was off in the room. They kept saying, Joey, put the fucking paper down. Put it down. Put it down already and shit. You know how many auditions you have to blow?
Before you know.
Oh my God. So it all works in unison.
Yeah,
if you really see it. Before you booked the commercial, you had to go to Butte, bitch. And that half hour that you didn't have, you just earned that commercial.
Going to an acting class. Yeah. Going to all, you know.
It's crazy what the pattern is. And I hate when people try to move ahead of it. All you could do.
That's what people all want to do. They want to skip steps.
They want to skip the line.
They want to skip
it drives me crazy because you're going to have to go back. I always compare the Pennzoil commercial from the 90s. You can either pay me now or you could pay me later. How many times in Last Comic Standing did somebody win and they were not a headliner? They were put on the road. They did one good stint on the road and then they disappeared because they were not ready to headline. But the agents got greedy with them, still put them up. How many stories have we heard of people
I know.
Going out?
I've been to. Have you been to clubs and them talking about how I can't bring that person. You know, they want this, but now it's too. They busted. It's done. So even if that show comes back and those people go on the road, the clubs know now. They're like, well, let's see. Let me see who comes. You know, they really. I see, but I always think they messed up in that particular. NBC did not have enough respect for that show. If they did, this could have been a different thing. Like American Idol, what legitimizes American Idol is when the person that wins goes on to do a record contract and a song comes out. So if you're NBC and you have the Last Comic Standing, you're supposed to take that person and throw them on a sitcom. Make them a star. That's your net. You could do it. It's your network. Give them a 5-episode arc on Law and Order. Make them a star. But they just throw them to the wind.
We're going in like fucking Marines. You understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.